What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. In this video, I want to talk about Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union, who is a multimillionaire, infamously said that she goes 50-50 on expenses with her husband, Dwyane Wade, who is also a multimillionaire. But the gig is Dwyane Wade, according to reports, his net worth is at least 4 times the net worth of Gabrielle Union. She's reportedly worth 40 million. He's reportedly worth 170 million. So even though they're both multimillionaires, the fact that their income is so disparate makes you wonder why she would go 50-50 in a relationship where her husband is making so much more money than her. So we're going to get into what she said because she actually changed her mind. She appeared on a podcast and she revealed that she changed her mind about the whole 50-50 split thing. And so we're going to get into what she said in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, or if you're not familiar with me, I'm Layla Lynn. I do celebrity news and nostalgia, which means I like to take it back, way back, and do a research and present factual information to you when I do my hot topics. And so we're going to start with what Gabrielle Union said in the past about her relationship with Dwyane Wade. She's openly discussed the financial dynamics of their marriage, and she said that they have a 50-50 approach to splitting expenses. In a May 2023 interview on the Black Millionaires podcast, Gabrielle revealed that they divide their household expenses equally, stating, quote, "In this household, we split everything 50-50. And in that same interview, she also mentioned that she feels a constant pressure to work, which is driven by a scarcity mindset. So Dwyane Wade later addressed the remarks she made on a June 2023 podcast appearance on Club Shay Shay. This is a month later. He said that their 50-50 arrangement was a mutual decision, and he shared that when they moved to Los Angeles, Gabrielle insisted on contributing equally to their new home to ensure shared ownership, saying, "I got half on it. You will never say my house again. You can say that in the arena. Like you can call the arena your house, but the house I live in, you're never going to call it my house." And so we know that was the issue with Gabrielle Union. The reason she was going 50-50 is because she didn't want her husband calling their shared home his house. But in a recent interview on the Balanced Black Girl podcast, Gabrielle Union reflected on their financial arrangement, and she acknowledged that her strict adherence to a 50-50 split was a trauma response rooted in fear. That's what I was saying about her growing up in a scarcity situation, because she didn't grow up with money. She grew up with financial trauma around money. She admitted that there are days when she needs more support from Dwyane Wade, stating, quote, "There are just a lot of days that I have 10% and I need him to be 90%. So shout out to the Balanced Black Girl podcast. We love being a balanced Black girl. Okay, shout out to them. This is what Gabrielle Union said regarding the 50-50 situation.
I famously said 50-50 or bust, right? And I meant that financially, spiritually, emotionally. And there's just a lot of days that I have 10% and I need him to be 90. There's days I don't have shit and I need him to be 100. It's a trauma response. And 50-50 is, I'm not going to be vulnerable enough to trust you with 100% of anything, not my heart, not my cash. And when I started to really address that, and I was like, do you want to pay whole mortgage? I thought I was about to die. I had such anxiety. Like I was crying, I was shaking. And he was like, you insisted on that. He's like, I thought it made you feel better. I'm like, it did. And right now I want to take it back. Now it sounds crazy to be like, you, Mr. NBA superstar who made a bazillion more amount of money than I do, can pay the mortgage, because I hate the feeling of releasing that to someone. And you release that to someone, chaos can happen. And it's brought us closer because he knows it's not about whether he can afford it. It's being vulnerable enough to be open enough to know that I'm okay. I'm okay as his wife. He's okay as my husband. I'm okay in this family. I'm okay in this home. I deserve it. And so I'm trying to expand my heart, expand all of the notions of what vulnerability can look like.
As you heal, as you evolve, as you lean more into vulnerability, you can also change how you feel about something, and it's okay. Sometimes when we build those walls up for safety or to keep what we think is harm out, we can also keep love out too.
I'm so glad this is framed as a conversation about vulnerability. Like she's saying the reason that she wanted to pay 50% of the mortgage is just because she never really wanted him to stun on her like he did when he was like, "This is my house, I pay the bills." She didn't want to be on the receiving end of that because she didn't want to be vulnerable. And I feel like a lot of times in dating and relationships, a lot of times men want women to be vulnerable. Like they're always asking women, be vulnerable, take your makeup off, soften up a little bit, do this, do that, show me your vulnerable side, not realizing that sometimes women and people in general have trauma related to being vulnerable, financial trauma or just other types of trauma, to where it's not that easy to be vulnerable, or they're looking at you and wondering, can you receive me if I'm vulnerable to you? Like, can you receive me? Can you support me? Can you hold me up if I'm vulnerable? So I'm glad that this conversation was framed around vulnerability. And I kind of feel like Gabrielle's trying to give us vulnerable with the no makeup look. I don't know if it counts as no makeup when you do fillers, but in any case, she's trying to give us vulnerable. And I get what she's saying. In the comments, it's a lot of support. Like this person said, Gab Union is constantly growing and it's inspiring and hopeful to watch in real time. I love Gabby for this reason. When she learns about her, she comes back and updates the narrative and shares what she learned. She definitely does that. And I enjoy her books where she shares her life and what she's learned. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about her opening up about the reason that she wasn't allowing Dwyane Wade to, like, even though he's worth 4 times as much as her, the reason she wasn't allowing him to like pay the mortgage and do all of those things is because she didn't want to be vulnerable to him. She didn't ever want to hear him say, "This is my house." Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that. And as always, thanks for watching. What's up, you guys? So, those of you who are singers, those of you who are entertainers, I want to tell you about a talent show that my cousin Angel Monet is putting on, and it's for the House of Inspiration Network. It's called the Let Me Do My Thing Sing Off, not Sing Off, but Sing Off contest. And it's an exciting new virtual show designed for the 50 plus crowd with an unfulfilled dream of performing their passion for singing on a grand stage. This fun contest offers a chance to win $1,000 in cash and prizes. So don't miss your opportunity to shine in front of thousands of people. So register today at hoinetwork.com. That's hoinetwork.com, as in House of Inspiration network.com, hoinetwork.com. And I'll put a link in the description box and in the comment section. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlists and my podcasts, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.